Hello everyone, I am Rama Bharati, Assistant Professor, ECE Department from SNS College of Technology. I welcome you all for my lecture series. So today in this lecture series we are going to discuss about how to design and analysis of a sequential circuit. In our last month lecture series we discussed about how to design a combinational circuit and what are the design procedure to design a combinational circuit. Likewise, today we are going to discuss about how to design a sequential circuit with the design procedure. So first step would be, from the given specification we have to draw a state diagram, that is step 1, and then step 2 is we will convert that state diagram into a state table, that is step 2, and step 3 is if possible, that means states are repeated means we have to minimize that state table. So that is step 3. Then step 4 is assign the binary values to the minimized state table, that is step 4. And step 5 is by using which flip-flop we are going to design a sequential circuit, we have to draw that flip-flop's excitation table, that is step 5. And then step 6 is we have to draw a transition table by using minimized state table and then excitation table of flip-flop. So that is step 6. Then step 7 is we are going to find a final output expression by using K-map from the transition table. Then final step, that is we are going to draw a final sequential logic by using the output expression what we get it from the K-map. So these are the design procedure to design a sequential circuit. In some cases they given directly the state diagram, so we'll start with that state diagram. So in this case they directly given the state diagram. So this is the state diagram. It has 5 states, A, B, C, D, E. So it has 5 states. Then this is the present state transition input, and this is the output. The left side of the slash it is input, right side of the slash it is output. For example, so state A is transit from state A to B when the input is 0. So at the same time output would be 0. But we give an input 1 means state A is transition from state A to C, at that time output will be 0. By using the whole concept, same concept for all the states, and we'll get it a state table. Let's see. So it is a state table. We'll convert that state diagram into a state table. So present state, next state and output. So in present state we have 2 columns because input 0 means what would be the next state, input 1 means what would be the next state. Likewise output also we have 2 columns because input 0 x0 means what will be the output, input 1 means what will be the output. Okay, we'll discuss. So first we will take the state A. So state A. So in state A, input given 0 means it transit from state A to B. So here we will put next state is B. At the same time output would be 0. So we will write the 0 here. Output 0. And same state A is transition from A to C when input is 1. So input is 1 means transition A to C. So A to C, at the same time output also 0. So here we will write 0. Then next state B. So B, when we give the input 0 means it transit from B to D. So input 0 means it transition from B to D. At the same time output would be 1. So here we will write 1. And input would be 1 means it transition from B to E. So B to E, at that time output will be 0. So we write 0 here. Then state C, we will take state C. Input 0 means it transition from C to C. So input 0 means C to C. At the same time output will be 0. So we write 0 here. And C to D, at the time input is 1. So C to D, input is 1 means it transition from C to D. At the time output will be 1. And state 4, D. So D is, will give a 0 means it transit from D to D. So 0 means D to D, 1 means D to D. At that time output will be 0. And if we give input 0 means a transit from D to A. So 0 means D to A, at that time output also 0. Then final state E. Final state E, input we give a 0 means it transit from E to C, and input we giving 1 means transit from E to D. At that time output will be 0 and 1. So by using the state diagram, we'll get the state table. So then we'll see the remaining steps in our next video. Thank you.